Hey guys, welcome back. This is our second tutorial in our machine learning playlist, and in this tutorial we'll see linear regression. Here in this video we'll look at simple linear regression where only one independent variable and one dependent variable is present. Okay, so let's first see what is independent and what is dependent variable. So if we have a data set in the form of table, then we have some attributes x1, x2 and x3. There can be other attributes also like x4, x5. There can be n number of attributes. Okay, and then we have our target variable, that is y, or our output variable, that is y. So this output variable or target variable is known as dependent variable. Okay, and these attributes are known as independent variables. Okay, so remember these keywords guys, because they will be asked in your interview. If you are preparing for data scientist or machine learning jobs, they will be asked. Okay, so you need to remember them. Here in our case we are considering simple linear regression where only one dependent and one independent variable is present. Okay, so our data set will be like this. There will be only one x1 and there will be y. Only one independent variable is there and only one dependent variable is there. Okay, so linear regression is basically a supervised machine learning algorithm. Okay, supervised machine learning algo, and it works like we have data, and in the data we have our attributes or independent variables and we have our dependent variable. Okay, so in this case we'll be having one independent variable, and we give this data to our algorithm, and algorithm creates a model based on the experience that it gets from the data, and this model is used in future to predict the value of the x or to predict the output of the input that is given to the model. Okay, so in future when you will train this, we will create a model. When you will train this algorithm and you will create a model, then this model in future can be used to predict the value of y when x is given. Okay, so basically what we are trying to do, we are trying to find out the best fit line, that is y is equals to mx plus c for the given data. Okay, I hope you are getting it. If you are facing any problem or if you have any conceptual problem, you can just ask me down in the comments. I'll be replying to that particular question. Okay, now let's go and see what are the maths behind the linear regression, right? So in the linear regression, what we do, we actually consider a model. We assume that there is some sort of linear relationship. So you should always remember that when we apply linear regression, we always assume that there is some sort of linear relationship between independent variables and dependent variable, and in this case our independent variable is only one. Okay, that is x here. Okay, and this what we called slope here is known as weight. Okay, so it is nothing but slope here. Okay, so it is slope, and here we are saying this slope as weight, and this intercept in machine learning is known as bias. Okay, so this is intercept. Okay, so we consider this model. We assume that this model is fitting this model is the best fit for the given data. Okay, we assume that, and after that what we do, because we don't know the values of our weight variable a1 and the bias variable b, so what we do in the algorithm, we first assume some weight and some bias to our model. Okay, so we take in general we can assume that for the first iteration we can assume that our weight or a1 is equals to 0 and our bias is also equals to 0. Okay, although there are many techniques to find out the weights and to initialize the weights and bias in the initial stage itself, but I will talk about those techniques in later videos. But here you can just simply understand that in the first iteration you need to pick a weight by yourself, weight and bias by yourself. Okay, and after that what you do, you basically calculate the value of y using our model for each and every record. Okay, for each and every attribute independent variable we find the value of our dependent variable. So if our data set is like x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3, and if these are the entries of our data set, then we'll use this x1 x2 x3 and x4 x5, all these values of the independent variable, and we'll try to find the value of y. Okay, and after finding the value of y, we'll say that this value of y is y predicted. Okay, and this value is calculated by our model, or the best fit that we assumed, that is y is equals to a1 x plus b, right? And we gave some initial value to a1 and b. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Please follow it sincerely, because if you are new to machine learning and you are taking this or you want to learn it very quickly, you'll definitely going to miss some important topics or important keywords that can basically create a serious problem during your interview sessions. Okay, after getting these y predicted, and we can denote this y predicted as y cap I, let's say. Okay, for ith record. Okay, so after getting these values, what we do, we basically take the difference of the predicted one and the actual one. So where will you find the actual one? These are the actual values of y that are actually given in the data set, right? So we have taken the independent variables that were given, the values of the independent variable that were given in the data set, and then we are calculating the y by using our model. And after we found out that y, we try to compare it with the actual y that are given in the data set itself. Okay, and we try to find out the distance or the difference between them. Okay, so these are the calculated y by using our model, and after we found out all the y's, we try to find out the loss. Okay, so we try to find out the loss. And how does we got this formula here? How did we get this formula? Basically, when we try to find out the cost of each y cap I, we do such kind of thing. Okay, so this is basically the difference between the values of dependent variable. This y cap is calculated by using our model, and this y is given in the data set itself, right? Whenever we see this term, this is nothing but the cost of our model in predicting y cap I. Okay, and when we take the sum of all the costs, it becomes the loss. Okay, so total cost will be what? The summation of yi minus yi cap minus yi, right, over all the records. I is equals to 1, and records, all the records. So there we have 7 records, right? x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. Okay, so 7 records are there. So we'll have 7, the summation of 7 costs. So total cost will be the summation of individual costs. Okay, and by using this cost we try to find a loss function. Okay, so basic objective of our algorithm is to reduce this cost. Okay, but since when we calculate the distance, it will basically be, sometimes it will be a negative value, sometimes it will be a positive value. So that is why to get an absolute figure we take the square of that. Okay, now I'm telling you why specifically we are using this formula. Okay, so sometimes there will be a situation when our yi is actually less than yi cap is actually less than yi. In that scenario, what will happen? We'll get negative cost. Okay, and when yi cap will be greater than yi, what will get? A positive cost. Okay, to get all to get the contribution from all the negatives and positives, we basically square it so that they should not get cancelled out with each other, and we will not be able to get the actual cost that is coming out of the model while training for yi cap. Okay, by using our model. Okay, so that is why we take square here, and since we are trying to basically minimize this cost here, so obviously when we do a little bit mathematics, we'll see that on differentiating this term here, it will give 2 outside of this bracket. Okay, so that is why just for a little bit mathematically convenient process, we are dividing it by 1/2. Okay, and if you guys are aware with the optimization techniques, then it is actually clear. If I want to minimize this, if I want to minimize this z, then the problem is same if I want to minimize z square, and this problem is equivalent to minimizing the half z square, right? Okay, so basically dividing it by 1/2 is not going to create much of difference, although it will be convenient for us to do mathematics. Okay, right? So this will be our loss function, right? Okay, and please remember all these things. If you want to write them down, you can write them down, and you can try to create your own pseudocode or your own linear regression algorithms from the scratch by using Python or any kind of language you want. And please share the codes in the comments, or just send me the link of the repository or the file so that I can view that. And in the later videos I'll be creating a code for linear regression from the scratch myself, and after that you can compare. Okay, so this is our loss function. Now after we got the loss function, we want to reduce, basically we want to reduce the total cost. That's, we want to reduce the loss function. Okay, so if you want to reduce the loss function, our objective is this loss function, right? Loss function. And the math problem will become minimization of loss with respect to a1 and b. We want to minimize the loss function by changing the values of a1 and b, by changing the value of our slope, or should I say weight, because now we are learning machine learning, so we should be more familiar with these sort of keywords. So by changing weights and bias. Okay, we want to minimize this loss function by tweaking the values of weight and bias. Okay, so now we found the loss function. So one segment of the problem is finished. Now we need to go to the optimization part. Okay,